If you are unhappy with your injury lawyer, can you fire them and hire a new lawyer? The answer is yes, you can, but that doesn't mean that you should. There are 4 common reasons why clients fire their lawyers. 1 is lack of communication. 2, personality conflicts. 3, the client has unrealistic expectations as to the value of their case. And 4, the lawyer is not qualified to handle the case now that it's gotten complicated. Let's discuss those. Lack of communication. The most common reason clients fire their lawyer is because their lawyer doesn't return phone calls or emails. It's that simple. Lack of communication is hands down the #1 reason and is often fatal to a good attorney-client relationship. When a lawyer neglects the client for too long by not returning calls or emails, or simply leaves a client in the dark as to the status of their case, clients rightfully get upset. Then there's personality conflicts. For whatever reason, a client just doesn't like their attorney, believes they made a mistake in selecting the attorney, and wants out. There isn't much you can do to salvage such a relationship, but it sheds light on the importance of meeting with the lawyer as opposed to just their staff who will be handling your case prior to hiring them. Our gut impressions about whether we will be able to work with someone is often great guidance. Sometimes clients have unrealistic expectations as to the value of their case. It's important that you, as the client, have a reasonable expectation from the beginning as to the general value of your case. And that can only happen if your lawyer spends the time necessary to explain the process and the likely outcomes from the beginning of your case. For example, if a lawyer knows from his or her experience a case like yours is likely to settle for close to $10,000, but doesn't discuss the likely settlement range with you at an early stage, and you have been thinking all along that your case may be worth $100,000 to use an example, the relationship between you and the lawyer will be strained when the first settlement offer comes in and you think it's too low. It's up to the lawyer to explain to a potential client very early on as to the likely settlement value of the client's case. Open and honest discussions early on make the entire process easier for all involved. And lastly, sometimes a lawyer is just not qualified to handle your case. You hire a lawyer referred to you by a friend or a family member. The case turns out to be more complex than originally thought, and now your lawyer comes clean with you that he or she really doesn't handle cases that go to court or are complicated. We've seen this happen many times. Again, I can't stress it enough. Know the capabilities of the lawyer before you hire them. Check their website bios, read client reviews, and put direct questions to the lawyer when you meet them. Now, you've decided to fire your lawyer. How do you go about doing that? My first recommendation prior to firing your current lawyer, make sure you have secured the services of another lawyer to take their place. Firing your lawyer only to find out that no other lawyer wants your case will leave you representing yourself, and you don't want that. Once you have a new lawyer willing to represent you, that lawyer will handle notifying your prior attorney that their services are no longer needed. Another question that's important is, will you have to pay the first lawyer that you fired? In most cases, the new lawyer and your prior lawyer will agree on terms on how to split the original fee percentage. So most often you will continue to be entitled to the same percentage of any settlement or jury verdict. But it's very important to discuss this issue with your new lawyer at the initial meeting.